Good evening and welcome to Local Doctors on Call. I'm Suzanne Lee. Tonight I'm joined by Dr. Misha Payant, president of East West College of Natural Medicine on Tamiami Trail in Sarasota. Doctor, in addition to your work, we're going to talk about a lot of things tonight, but in addition to your work at East West College of Natural Medicine, you have written articles and you have also worked at a hospital in Shanghai, China.
Yes.
So welcome tonight and tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you very much for having me. Yes, I did work in Shanghai, China at a hospital called Shuguan. It's one of the world's largest integrated hospitals there are. In the outside, it just looks like a huge modern building, but inside, it's amazing. What you'll see are different departments, just like in any hospital: gynecology, oncology, urology. But the difference is when you go to these departments and work with these physicians, the medicine they practice is what works best. So they'll use Western types of medicine, and then also they'll use Chinese herbal formulas, maybe massage, what they call Tui Na, Chinese form of massage that is might represent massage and chiropractic combination. So it's an amazing hospital, and like I said, the best part is they use what works best.
And now we here in Sarasota get to benefit with you here as president of East West College of Natural Medicine. So, Doctor, but this is a live call-in show, so I would like to remind our viewers tonight that our telephone number is 361-4675. 361-4675. We do encourage you to call with any of the questions or comments that you would like to share with us tonight. So, Dr. Payant, tonight we're focusing on the genetic profile. Right. Tell us a little bit about what that is.
Genetic profile is an inexpensive test. It's a test, it's $99. It's a kit that you would get in the mail, and it's a saliva test. And you send it in. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks, and it gives you all your raw data on a zip file. You would need a physician to actually interpret that, but what this genetic information tells you is it gives you what your predispositions to certain diseases or illnesses may be.
Does it take a while to get back, and where do you send it?
Well, it would be best just to contact the college, and we can give the viewers all the information about that. But it takes about 6 to 8 weeks for the lab to review the information, to pull the data, because they pull about 602,000 genes, and then what we'll look at is about maybe 500 of those.
Okay, and what is the purpose of this process? Tell us a little bit more about how this works and how you interpret this data.
Sure. So, again, this genetic profile isn't used to actually diagnose a disease or diagnose a person or say they will have a particular disease. It's just going to give us information, show us genes that might not be working at their full efficiency. So it could tell us if you have a set of particular genes not working at full efficiency, that you might have a predisposition for a particular cancer, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, or GI problems, maybe gut inflammation or a gluten sensitivity or something like that.
So how does knowing your genetic profile and knowing this information actually help your current physician or any of the doctors at East West College of Natural Medicine?
Sure. So I like to explain, use a metaphor that the genes you have are like the gun. The environment is the trigger. And the environment, when I talk about the environment and these triggers, I'm talking about pollutants, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, processed foods, smoking, oxidative stress. These are the triggers. You can't actually fix your genes or change them, but by knowing what you have to work with, then you can make lifestyle changes nutritionally and basic lifestyle changes, stop smoking, drinking, things like that, exercising, that can make these genes work more efficiently to do what they're supposed to do.
We'd like to encourage our viewers tonight to give us a call. 361-4675 is our telephone number if you have questions for Dr. Misha Payan with East West College of Natural Medicine. Now, doctor, it's been many years since a lot of us were in school and studied biology. So give us a reminder of our genes and what they do.
Sure. So we probably all remember what a chromosome, we've heard chromosomes. Well, there's 23, they pair, so there's 46. Now, on these chromosomes, we have thousands of genes. Now, these genes contain DNA, and we can think of DNA as the vault that holds the Coca-Cola recipe. It never leaves, right? You're never going to find out what the full recipe is. Only parts of that recipe may leave the vault, and this is what we call RNA. Now, when all of these components are working together properly, this is what makes us look the way we do, feel the way we do, act the way we do. This is what's called our genetic makeup.
Now that carries a lot of history with it, doesn't it?
Yes.
Tell us about the history of our own personal makeup.
Well, you've heard of the Genome Project, where they've been mapping our genes for some time. But it's only recently, like within the past maybe 1 to 2 years, have we really learned so much, probably about 20 years worth of knowledge and research in the short time span of 1 to 2 years. What we know now is when we pull these genetic profiles, we can tell the genes, what genes are supposed to be doing. Like this particular gene is used for liver detoxification, like to clear the body of toxins, or this particular gene is associated with a high association of gluten intolerance or something like that. But there's still so many genes that we don't know how they exactly work or what it takes to make them work properly. And by that I mean these genes take certain vitamins, certain minerals, amino acids, and even particular gut flora, gut bacteria to work properly. Now, I know we spoke about GI health before in previous shows and the importance of it, but because of its important role, I think it's important that we maybe readdress that. For instance, our gut, when I say gut, in medicine that we refer to the large intestine, somewhat the small intestine and the stomach, but when we say gut, we really mean the large intestine. Our gut contains 99% of the genetic material of our body, and it doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the bacteria in our gut, not ourselves.
This conversation is going to require a little more time, and I want to pick this up after our break. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm joined by Dr. Misha Payan, president of East West College of Natural Medicine on North Tamiami Trail. We do want you to call us because this is an opportunity for you to really obtain some free information, and it's nice to actually talk to you one-on-one from your living room, right? 361-4675 is the telephone number. We'll be right back.
I'm Dr. Misha Payan, president of East West College of Natural Medicine. For over 20 years, we've been helping our patients improve their health and, more importantly, maintain their health by using Oriental and Western medicine. Many of our patients refer to us as the best-kept secret in Sarasota. Call today to schedule your consultation or for more information regarding our program in Oriental Medicine. East West College of Natural Medicine. It's not a secret anymore.
Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Wrench, Dean of Clinical Sciences at East West College of Natural Medicine in Sarasota. Our approach to wellness using Oriental and Western medicine is often referred to as complementary, alternative, integrative, or even holistic medicine. We like to think of it as simply medicine. Call East West College of Natural Medicine today to schedule your consultation or to learn more about our program of Oriental Medicine.
Welcome back to Local Doctors on Call. Again, I'm joined by Dr. Misha Payant, president of East West College of Natural Medicine. And before we continue on, I do want to ask you to go back to the gut and our bacteria and why you say this relationship is so important for things like mood and our genetic makeup.
Sure. Again, the 99% of our genetic makeup in our whole body doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the bacteria in our gut that call our gut home. Now, these bacteria outnumber our own cells 10 to 1. Now, if we think about that, that's incredible. Most of us isn't us.
Right. So where does that come from? What is that?
Well, it's just basically it's supposed to be a symbiotic relationship, right? The more diverse our gut is with bacteria, the healthier we will be. Just like the rainforest, the more diverse a rainforest is, the healthier it is. And that's how it's supposed to be with us.
So to bring that to a cell level, so if we have horrible things going on in our body, our cells are not reproducing as healthy as they could be. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, absolutely.
So is that why you want to put the good bacteria back in our body so that our cells are reproducing the way they should?
Correct. The bacteria in our gut have a role of modulating how we feel, how we react. They create and help modulate neurotransmitters like our feel-good hormone, serotonin, our sleep hormone, melatonin, things like that. So when there's an imbalance, there can be an imbalance in the way we think, how we react. So oftentimes when I work with people and repopulate their gut with the proper bacteria, I oftentimes will hear patients say, oh, I haven't changed my diet or anything, but I just don't crave sweets. I don't crave the carbs like I used to. And it's not really a surprise because it's not them that's craving it. It's the bacteria, those quote unquote bad bacteria, that's what they feed off of. So when they're not the dominating species in the gut, that source, that hunger isn't there. So
really what you're saying is when those cravings start to dominate us, is that the best way to know when things are a little out of whack? Absolutely.
That's actually a great way to think about that. Because it's really not you, it's what is really hungry are those bad bacteria.
But there's a loss of control with that because you feel that you are controlled by these cravings and oh, I need chocolate or oh, I need the carbohydrates, right?
Right.
And so it sort of messes with your ability to focus and your ability to function if you don't go grab that fix, I guess is the best way to say it.
Absolutely.
Right?
And serotonin has a huge component to that. For instance, when I work with females, and they tell me, oh, right before my cycle, I have cravings. I have cravings for carbohydrates or sugars or salts, and it's right before then. That pretty much tells me that there's a serotonin imbalance because serotonin is your reward mechanism. So that's what basically a lot of these women are looking for is a reward of chocolate, a reward for the sugar, the sweet, the salt. But and where did that come from? Most of the serotonin, only 5% of the serotonin is in the brain, making us feel this way. 80% is in our colon, is in our large intestine.
It's fascinating information. We're talking with Dr. Misha Payant from East West College of Natural Medicine about your genetic profile. Because if you have your genetic profile and you have a mapping system to follow, then Dr. Payant, you can actually help us better determine what will work with our own personal bodies.
Absolutely. By knowing your genetic profile, you know the hand you're dealt. I'm not a gambler, but no, it's not the cards that you're dealt which determines if you're going to win or not. It's how you play them. And by knowing your genetic makeup, your genetic material, your predisposition for this particular illness or this particular condition, you are now empowered to make lifestyle changes and choices to help prevent that from occurring.
Well, let's talk about some of the things that might be out of our control. For example, breast cancer. If the mapping system is showing breast cancer a predisposition, for
Sure.
example, to breast cancer, does that mean we're actually going to get it?
Absolutely not. These genetic profiles do not diagnose. It's not a crystal ball or anything like that. It's just there are certain genes that might show that aren't working the way they should, and that could lead to a predisposition to, let's say, breast cancer. Again, it's not a guarantee that someone will develop breast cancer, but the earlier you know that you have these cards, the sooner you can start playing your hand properly. And by that, I mean making good lifestyle choices. Maybe avoiding toxins, maybe avoiding extra herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, maybe avoiding very perfume-ridden deodorants that go right into your lymph system, right by your breast. Things like this. Simple things that you can avoid over a lifetime to prevent a possibility of developing breast cancer.
I love this topic. Tell me about our children now. Tell us a little bit about the genetic makeup of children and whether or not they can benefit from knowing this information or their parents knowing this information early.
Sure. This question I can't really express enough how important this information could be for a child. If again, you have a child, a small child, and you know their genetic makeup, you know the cards that your child is dealt, now you can, from a very young age, mold the child to the healthiest lifestyle for their particular situation. What are the best foods to eat? What are some of the activities that they should or shouldn't pursue? Maybe it's a good idea if you see in their genetic profile that they might have a hard time detoxifying pollutants. Maybe reconsider getting new carpet because of all the chemicals in the carpet.
Interesting. So that smell that you might be getting from new carpet, we think that's a great new carpet smell.
Right.
Not so good for
Not
us.
so much, right?
Interesting.
Any of these scents, like air fresheners and things like that, that you might want to think would be a good idea in the baby's room or near a crib, those are actually toxins. And if you know from a child, because it's just a saliva test, we can get saliva very easily, these are things that can be avoided from day one. So in my opinion, it's the most beneficial for children, and I would probably make the worst Santa Claus ever, because I would give every child a genetic profile kit for Christmas as opposed to toys and games, just because this is a gift that can keep giving. It's a healthier lifestyle. It's empowering them to know what they're dealt.
You know, I'm thinking you're right up there with the savings bond givers to kids, right? They all love that.
Right.
We are joined by Dr. Misha Payan, president of East West College of Natural Medicine. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more with Dr. Payan and your genetic profile. Stay with us.
Dean of Clinical Sciences at East West College of Natural Medicine in Sarasota. Our approach to wellness using Oriental and Western medicine is often referred to as complementary, alternative, integrative, or even holistic medicine. We like to think of it as simply medicine. Call East West College of Natural Medicine today to schedule your consultation or to learn more about our program of Oriental Medicine.
Hello, I'm Dr. Misha Payan, president of East West College of Natural Medicine. For over 20 years, we've been helping our patients improve their health and, more importantly, maintain their health by using Oriental and Western medicine. Many of our patients refer to us as the best kept secret in Sarasota. Call today to schedule your consultation or for more information regarding our program in Oriental medicine. East West College of Natural Medicine. It's not a secret anymore.
Welcome back to Local Doctors on Call. Our guest, Dr. Misha Payan, president of East West College of Natural Medicine, is filled with all kinds of great information. We're talking about the genetic profile. So, doctor, remind us again what science has really taught us over the last 3 years regarding this technology.
Actually, what it's taught us is we are not a victim of our genetic makeup. What it's taught us is now we have actually the ability to empower ourselves and take control of our health care and our lives at an earlier stage and make the right choices for us to be healthier and happier.
Are you surprised at how fast science is moving in this area?
It's amazing. It's incredible. Every single day we are learning about more and more genes individually, collectively, and with that, we can tell again what these particular genes need to work properly, which particular vitamin, which particular nutrient, which particular amino acid. And with that, we can really, truly individualize patient care per your own genetics. It's no longer a pill for an ill or a one size fits all.
Because you're treating after the fact when you do that.
Correct. Correct. Absolutely.
So let's reverse that and think about taking control here, because that's really what this is about, right?
Absolutely. It's knowing what you can do, what choices you can make to actually be healthier and not rely on a lot of medications, and oftentimes be able to stop taking medications because you're putting your body in the best position it can to do what it's designed to do, and that's heal itself.
So when we talk about the role of bacteria in our gut, I really want to hammer this home a little bit, because I don't think I'm taking it as seriously as I should. So when we don't feel well or when we're having sort of an off day, it's really about what we're putting potentially in our body, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. The bacteria in our gut have such an important role in every aspect of our health. It really does. And oftentimes when I'm working with patients, with people, a lot of times what we need to do is kind of start from scratch. We kind of have to get rid of everything and we rebuild from the inside out. So we will rebuild the lining of the gut. And again, a genetic profile can tell us if there's a predisposition for you to have gut inflammation. And if you have gut inflammation, that can cause a whole series of other illnesses and conditions.
Before we continue on that, I just want to bring Janice in, who has a question. Janice called 361-4675. We encourage you to do the same. Janice, thank you for calling. What can we do for you tonight? Welcome to Local Doctors on Call.
Hello?
Hi, Janice. Welcome to the show. What can we
Hello.
do for you tonight? I think she might be having some trouble hearing us. Janice's question really for you was about some of the costs of these things. So we know the genetic test is $99.
Correct.
What do we know about some of the other types of tests and the ranges that we should prepare for?
Sure. There's a variety of different tests. One is a comprehensive stool analysis when we talk about GI health. A comprehensive stool analysis is probably going to run around $350. What this will tell us, though, is exactly what is in your gut as opposed to what should be in your gut. And why is that important? Because oftentimes, if we have GI issues, the first thing somebody will say, even someone who does your hair or your nails, say, oh, you need to get a probiotic. Go get yourself a probiotic and start doing that and you'll feel better. And oftentimes that's a great idea. But if we run a comprehensive stool analysis and find out that you have an overgrowth of a particular bacteria, say acidophilus, which is a good bacteria, that's found in most probiotics. So if you did that, if you took the probiotic thinking you're doing the right thing, you could be making a bad situation worse.
Okay, altering what is already there.
Exactly.
Okay, and that's important to know, not to do that. So we were talking a little bit more about the bacteria in our gut. So what is the best way to make sure we're doing what we can every day?
Sure. Well, obviously the main things are to avoid processed foods, limit alcohol, eating more natural, organic foods, staying away from grains, things like that. Of course, the ideal thing would be to eat more fermented foods, like Korean kimchi or kombucha tea and things like that. But realistically, it's difficult to eat a lot of kimchi
Right.
or to make it yourself.
Or to tolerate it.
Or to tolerate it in some cases.
Yeah.
So oftentimes it does take supplementation.
To help.
To help.
Let's bring Michelle in. Michelle, you're on Local Doctors on Call. Thank you for calling. How can we help you tonight? Michelle, are you with us?
Hello?
Hi, can you hear us?
Yes. I was wondering if your diet and all this could affect you with, like, vertigo. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine. So does your diet affect you with vertigo?
Yes, for about 3 to 4 months. And I've gone to the doctor and they seem to do nothing about it. It's not long-term, it's just a little bit.
Sure, diet can have a role in vertigo. It's a little hard to say exactly what foods to avoid or what not to eat, what to eat. We would have to take more of a comprehensive history, but a diet could definitely play a role in that. And if I suggested she would call East West College of Natural Medicine, we could see her and treat her and come up with the root cause of the vertigo.
All right, Janice, you're on Local Doctors on Call tonight. Thank you for calling.
Oh, thank you.
How can we help you tonight, Janice?
I hear an echo. I am getting my echo, but I'm watching you on TV right now on Channel 7, and I'm fascinated by the genetic profile. I have been fighting the symptoms of shingles for the last few months. I never had the breakout, but I've had the nerve damage in my left rib, and I'm just wondering if there's maybe I can have a consultation to see if there's anything that can be done for me.
Great question, Janice. Thank you for the call. We'll get your answer right now.
Absolutely. Shingles, of course, is anybody who's had chicken pox as a child is more likely to have shingles later on in life, and we can definitely treat shingles and reduce the inflammation and the pain, and also talk about diet and more of an anti-inflammatory diet and a low histamine diet options to decrease shingles and boost the immune system, because shingles will express in times of high stress, low immune. So changing the diet, modifying the diet, and boosting the immune system can definitely help those symptoms.
Okay. So, Doctor, I wanted to get in our last minute. You
Sure.
moved from Chicago here to be president of East West College of Natural Medicine. So your thoughts in this last minute on why you did that?
Sure. I left my private practice in Chicago to be the president of East West College of Natural Medicine because I saw this school as an amazing facility that offers Sarasota and the Southwest Florida area an area, space, an opportunity to learn the beauty of integrating Eastern and Western medicine and all the modalities available to us.
And the modality being, you were telling me before.
Sure. Oriental medicine, massage therapy, nutrition, herbal medicine.
All right. Dr. Misha Payan, thank you very much for coming in and joining us. We appreciate it. East West College of Natural Medicine is on North Tamiami Trail. You're welcome to call, and you're welcome to find out some more information. We're sure you would be happy with that. We thank you for joining us with Local Doctors on Call tonight. Thank you.